Hi guys, welcome to Interior Insights. I'm Jane and we are standing in an absolutely unique creative loft and apartment with a very unique theme. Come in. For those of you who don't know, my name is Jane and I'm an interior designer. And if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, go and subscribe right now. As you can see, we are already standing in the entrance of this unique space. The building itself was built around 1901, and you just have a beautiful historic old structure of the building that remains intact. And you have beautiful, generous high ceilings and unique moldings. When the owners bought this place, there were a lot of different functions hosting in the space all at once. Here in the living room area, there used to be a hair salon. On top of it, there used to be a cosmetic studio, as well as a Thai massage salon, and you just had a lot of different fun functions. The owners of this place is a couple who are both artists, and they just really poured their love and soul into the space. This is the entrance, and everything in this apartment is basically a DIY project and has been created from a source of inspiration from materials that were just found. Behind me, you can see all of the beautiful vases that are handcrafted by the owner herself. Formerly, this place actually used to be their art gallery and studio. And because of the space being a studio before being turned into an apartment, we just have all of these storefront shelves. And you can see that they have very unique angular shapes, and they just give everything a much more formal approach. Now, because this apartment is in the ground floor and we are just facing a busy street, and because this used to be a storefront, the designers decided to create this little wall made from old pieces of wood that they found, just to give the living room some more privacy. As we come into the living room, you can see that we have very high ceilings and just one generous open space. Almost all of the furniture items that you can find here were actually handmade. For example, this gigantic, generous table has been handcrafted by the owner, as well as all of the chairs. Because we have these beautiful high ceilings, the artists really managed to let their creativity run loose. And what really pops as soon as you come in is all of the unique art that is hanging on these gigantic walls. And you can see that the art itself is very colorful and has a lot of different colors and really brightens up and creates this very vibrant design. And I feel like this eclectic mix of self-made wooden furniture, self-painted artworks that are very colorful, and just the beautiful historic moldings in the ceilings are just what create this very personal, coherent design story that stays true to itself. I already told you that the artists here really love to improvise, and whenever they have an idea, just start with it and see what happens. And the artworks behind me on the wall are just one example of this creative endeavor. The artworks are actually just former bottle caps that have been collected and turned into unique artworks. As well as you can see, like I already said, all of the wooden pieces of furniture here are self-made, and they just add this very rustical, tropical design. Another special design feature is the fact that we just have these very unique free-swinging staircases that once go up here and up to the Maisonette living room that I will show you right now. And another thing that I love is the fact that the generous ceiling height that we have here was really taken advantage of. And we just have this gigantic wooden sculpture that is hanging from the ceiling and just filling all of the spaciousness that we have. So over here, this is the second stairway. And this actually brings us up to the Maisonette. And everything here has really been just purposely made. And up here we have the proper living room. You can see that again we have just a lot of light coming in, because actually before the artists bought this place, The windows here went down all the way to the bottom of the floor, but they decided to create this custom inbuilt cabinet just to give yourself a little bit more privacy from the street. And the space itself is just really flooded with light. You have beautiful historic wooden beams that have also been repurposed. And in general, just all of the materials that we can find here were just reused in one way or another so that everything is really ethically sourced. And even though this is just a second level that has just been integrated into this gigantic space, we yet again have this very generous ceiling height, but at the same time we're standing right beneath the beautiful moldings and we actually get a good look at them. And from above here you can really get a proper look down into the gigantic open space. The stairs themselves guide us up into the elevated space where 2 bedrooms lie. This is yet again another small living room. The couch can be extended into a sleeping sofa if you have some guests staying over, and you can see that we still have the remains of the historical building. We have these beautiful glass tiles that are inside the door, and they just really add this historical charm. As for the wooden floor that we have here, these are actually pitch pine trees, which have been transported from America hundreds of years ago. And a lot of historical apartments in Hamburg still have these historical, precious wooden beams. Come with me. This is the first bedroom. It is again a very bohemian bedroom. We have again a lot of different artworks from various family members. For example, we have this beautiful macrame that just adds a lot of texture and a lot of materiality. And the macrame kind of reminds me of a dream catcher. And it just turns it into a very fairy tale-like, soft bohemian design. As well, the lamp on top again has this very unique structure. This is the primary bedroom, and you can see that it is a very generous space. Again, we have the same theme of the entryway of the apartment. And over here we just have one entire wall that is covered in the wooden ends that have been repurposed and that really found their home and their little special place here. We can again see that all of these pieces of wood that a lot of people don't know what to do with have been turned into little sculptures or lamps or little pieces of artworks. And this is just incredible whenever you have the possibility or whenever you dare to repurpose old materials. The formal structure of the room still is very historical. One side is framed by 2 generous windows that open up a view into the garden. And you just have the light coming in as well as the beautiful greens on the outside. And you can see that even though most of the objects in this apartment are homemade, they are by no means simple, but they are actually very delicate. So for example, if you have a look at this free hanging shelf over here, it's some real proper design. Now, let me show you the former Thai spa that has been transformed into a kitchen. So as you can see, the floor plan here isn't linear because we just have all of these different historic apartment buildings, and in the former times, people just used to basically sell, if they didn't need a room, sell it to their neighbors or buy it back. And because of this, we have situations like these. But this again is another hallway that will lead you to the kitchen and the bathroom. So this is the bathroom. It has also been completely hand-built by the artists themselves, and they just use these gigantic slabs of slate and hand-cut them inside the bathroom. And they told me that while cutting them, they didn't even properly plan out all of the different dimensions, but they just really improvised on the go. And the design is really nice. You just have this very clean, sleek, and luxurious experience because you just have these gigantic slabs of beautiful, dark gray stone. So this is the kitchen. The kitchen is actually the only piece of furniture in the apartment that wasn't handmade or customized, apart from the beds. And for the color, they chose this very strong lemony yellow that just brightens up the space and just adds a tang and twist to the design. Here you can find everything you need. While designing the kitchen, they tried to create it and turn it into the most functional kitchen that they could. Other than that, we have a high table with bar chairs that are again custom made, and you can just relax, look out through your round window and enjoy your coffee in the morning. So yes, now we looked at a very creative apartment with a lot of handmade details. Let me know in the comments if you like DIY spaces like these. If you're interested in more design tips on how you can make your own space stand out and add a touch of personality, you might be interested in a free guide I've created. You can get the link in the description. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please go to subscribe, and I will see you next week.